Why did Amy feel like someone was watching her at her home at 101 Depression?
I heard the question. I'm still looking. There's some kind of brownish entity by the door. But apart from that, not much. Nothing across the street. Nothing down the sidewalk. It's just that.
How old does Amy look? Whenever she lived at 101 Depression.
Roughly 54 years old. Approximately 54 years old.
Why did she get pain in her ears at 101 Depression?
I'm still trying to see what, but it looks like something, some kind of a frequency producer was blasting some kind of unpleasant white noise kind of vibration to your ears.
What abilities were gained or realized for Amy at 101 Depression?
I see tarot or some kind of card reading. And there's, I also see a rainbow of color, particularly the color orange. So I infer that some kind of chakra / energy healing work was being developed there. Presumably to help her with her hearing.
What time of day did Amy always wake up at 101 Depression?
The answer that you're not looking for is in the morning. Early morning at 6:30.
Why is that important? Why is it important for her to wake up that early in the morning?
It's because it's dark and it's quiet.
What was the training she went through for?
Some kind of self-defense. Some kind of protection work.
When did the training start? At what age?
Young, 7 years old.
Why did it start that early?
She was scared.
What was she scared of?
There was looks like some elderly man associated with the color pink.
How long did she train in self-defense?
She trained in self-defense until she was 14, and then discontinued it when she got into high school.
Who was it that was training her?
Some bald-headed man named Eric, man with a beard, and a blue gi.
You said a blue key?
A blue gi. So the gi is the uniform.
So Amy has a friend named Maria. What is the connection from Amy to Maria?
So Maria is passed on.
How did they become friends?
Maria was like kind of like a mother figure to her, of sorts. Maria has been around. It's been around in Amy's life for quite some time, but she's dead now.
Okay. Let's go to Jacqueline.
Where?
Jacqueline. We're going to move to the person named Jacqueline. Jacqueline sent in some questions that she would like answered. Her name is Jacqueline. Jacqueline would like to know if her mother-in-law will ever see her as good enough.
No.
And why not?
Her stepmother thinks very highly of herself, very, not quite like royalty, but very esteemed. And so for those that don't fit into that social clique. She doesn't want to be associated with them.
What abilities does Jacqueline have?
Clairvoyance.
How is she to use these gifts?
They're the kind of eyes that see everything.
What color, stone, or crystal would best help her in her work?
Be a stone similar to that of lapis. So a stone that has a blue richness to it, but is more opaque, more solid.
Why would that be good for her?
Because that is the kind of energy that she resonates. That energy is that's the color of her aura. So that color she works most harmoniously with, most easily with.
Now, let's move to Ruthie.
Who?
We're now going to ask questions about Ruthie, a female named Ruthie. How is Ruthie doing?
Ruthie's dead.
Why is she dead?
Because energetically she is gray.
That's correct. What made her turn gray?
Cancer.
From what?
Smoking.
Does she have any children?
She had a little boy.
How old's the little boy?
A junior little boy. Baby age, like no older than 3 years old. But he keeps on getting further and further away, that little boy. Yeah, he's gone. Not like moved on, gone, but just like out of my field of vision. Does not want to be seen.
Okay, let's focus back on Ruthie. What made Ruthie turn gray?
Some kind of addiction. Yeah, some kind of substance abuse. Not very pleasant.
Okay. Why does Ruthie have so much anger? You had said she had cancer.
Yeah, there's throat cancer. But as to energetically, it's unseen. It's just there, just kind of sitting as some great tangled ball of spaghetti.
Okay, I need you to back up a little bit if you can. Try to make yourself a little bit higher and look at it from that angle. What had happened to make her so angry? It happened within a year.
All I can see is that there's some kind of sickness. And that I don't have much.
Okay. We're going to shift focus to Ruthie's father. Ruthie's father. Can we have a message from Ruthie's father?
Yeah, Ruthie's father says, "How dare you?"
What does he mean by how dare you?
He says, "How dare you let your son suffer the way that he did?"
She let the 3-year-old suffer?
Yeah, that 3-year-old was neglected.
Does the father, Ruthie's father, have a message for Ruthie's mother?
And I says, "Sweetheart, look, Ruthie's gonna be okay. She's a strong girl."
What about to Ruthie's handicapped brother? Does he have a message to him?
No.
Ruthie would like to know why her dad killed himself.
I don't know at this time. Will Ruthie recover from her illness? It's only possible if she sees and turns to the light. That angelic light, that healing light, and a little bit of sun wouldn't hurt her either.
Will she be able to do that on her own?
she's gonna need help.
Who should she reach out to for help?
Really, her guides. She needs to pray. And she also needs to reach out to her brother.
Now we're going to shift our focus to Skinwalker Ranch.
Uh-oh.
Why do you say uh-oh?
I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting that. It sounded so calm, so pleasant. Skinwalker Ranch. No, it's not a happy place to be.
Why isn't it a happy place to be?
A dangerous place to be.
Why is it dangerous?
Because the darkness there is home to many twisted, harmful energies.
So if I ask questions, will you give me answers?
No.
Are you afraid of Skinwalker Ranch?
Well, yeah.
Okay. What about Oak Island? Would you go to Oak Island?
Have we already been there? It sounds familiar.
We did visit there before.
Okay. Yeah, I've been there before.
Talked about the portal.
Yeah. Some buried underground and some kind of groundskeeper, like Tom or something.
Can we go back there and discuss some stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So now we're going to move to Oak Island. We are now transitioned to Oak Island. Was the Ark of the Covenant buried there?
No.
Where is it at?
Some province of Italy.
Request. Will they allow you to see it?
It's like the guy is saying, he's wearing some red priest robes and he's got some fat ass duck lips. So he's saying, yeah, sure, but doesn't seem serious about it.
Can you go into the area where it's at and look at it?
Yeah, I'm going to anyways.
What does it look like as you're going over there? Like the room.
There's a lot of excuse me. There's a lot of red, it's like rubies, similar to rubies, A lot of rubies and a lot of ornate gold. Gives me the impression of like a 16th century monarch. And there's steps leading down into a chamber of some kind. Like, yeah, just some underground chamber supported by columns. In the center, I see a tomb.
Do you know who's in the gym or what is in the gym?
Yeah, it's the very first pope who ever lived. And his soul is the the bridge to access that portal. It's the frequency, it's like the remote control, for lack of better words. It's like the TV remote for the portal. It's like he is the threshold, he is the guardian.
How many portals do you know of on Earth?
I know of 6.
Do you know where they're located?
Yeah, there's one in the Arctic, there's one in the desert, sorry. So the Arctic that's Antarctica's up north, right? Whatever continent, whatever ice sheet's up north. There's one in the Sahara. There's one in There's one in South America, deep in the jungle. There's one in the mountains. So there's one in the Himalayas. There's one in the mountains of Vietnam, and then there's one in the other ice sheet at the bottom of the earth as well. And I'm sure there are other portals, but those are the ones that have been revealed to me.
And what do the portals do? What's the purpose?
So the portal is like a hub where it will bring you into a pocket dimension of sorts, where you access other portals. So it's like a central station. It's a hub. It's a hub of travel. You can walk in one door, walk out the next.
What's your focus to Chris? We're now going to focus on Chris. We are now focused on Chris. Why has Chris come here this time in space on Earth?
You're talking about Chris, your kid, right?
Is that the image that we received?
Yes. Is that the Chris that you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay. So Chris wants to play video games, but one of his callings is to help people get closer with their parents.
Christopher's previous life before coming here. What was he? And what did he look like?
Miss not coming through.
Okay. What if I told you he was an angel? Go to the light if Chris was an angel. What did he look like?
To me, he looks like one of those monks from the 1600s with the crazy haircut. The one where it's like all the hair's missing on the top of the head, but it's filled out on the sides. He's a skinny kind of guy. Very, very big nose.
And what did he do? What was his job?
His job was to bless people in the name of Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Let's move to Donovan. We've now moved to Donovan. Has Donovan been trained to be a super soldier?
In what regard? Physically, yes. Mentally, he has not received that training yet.
What training do you need to be a super soldier?
So, the mental fortitude and that ability to grasp, comprehend, and understand complex problems, and then being able to not only level with the people in these scenarios, but manipulate these people into becoming assets, or manipulating them to provide you with your own means to your own ends to better serve the army or whatever goals you have, is training that he has not yet received. Physically, he's capable of. Physically, he is he's there competitively, and I have no doubt that he's going to be able to carry that with him for a long time. But it's that mental game that needs that refinement, because he does very well with the manual in front of him, but you take away that manual and he's kind of lost. He's kind of looking around at people, trying to see, if someone else is able to figure it out first, which is okay, but he needs to learn how to have that critical thinking and reasoning skill, which is coming to him more and more as he gets into those situations and into those positions and gets a feel for the brain power that is necessary for critical thinking. So being a super soldier in that regard, being complete as a soldier, takes more time and energy than what is currently being put in, but that's okay because that energy is about to be put in.
And that's for a 3D or super soldier.
That's the blueprint, yeah.
Mm-hmm. At what age did his training start?
This training started, he was much younger, about 7th grade. That's when he started, that's when those hormones started kicking in. When you said super soldier, did you mean like spiritually as well?
How was he a spiritual super soldier?
He isn't.
And moving it the way that he needs to describe it.
Well, he's a lover, not a fighter.
And how long was his training for?
And he's training for life. But for right now, for his job, for his purposes, all he needs to look at is today.
Okay. So if Donovan were to astral travel and show him a demonstration of what that would be like,
Yeah.
allow him to relax and his body to slowly separate. And as he wakes up, he's still connected to his heart center. He can lift up, and out of his body. As he's out of his body, he can go anywhere he would like. if we were to go to Finland and go to Rome, we could see the Colosseum, the height, the neck, sit on the side, going down into the caverns. We can go around the outside. We can view all angles, and then we want to, we can go to the ocean and we can watch the waves roll out and roll back in. You can see it from up in the sky, or you can see it from standing on the shore. And if it pauses for a moment, we can look around and start to notice there's others there too, and they're hard to move. We can go stand next to them. They're friendly. They're exploring too. And we can go up to England. And now you're in England, and you're looking at the rolling hills, watching the wind roll off the ocean, across the grass, along the grass to swim. You can see it from the cliff's edge. You can sit down and feel the grass. You can look around. And that viewpoint can then go to Stonehenge. And behind Stonehenge, you could walk around all the monuments. You can sit on top of the monument. You can even go to the center of the monument. From the center, you can feel the magic power of the ceremonies once held there. Because that too was a clue. Feel that energy. You can walk through the stone to feel what the stones feel like. They're very dense, so sometimes it does get tight, but you don't have to stay in there. You can move. And you go up to the clouds and look up at them, how small everything is now. Or you can enjoy the breeze and how comfortable it is to just be in the cloud. You can travel anywhere you want, to anywhere you want. But it's time to come back to your body. So find your floor and allow yourself to gently glide back to your body. As you glide back to your body, you can look at your body from that perspective. You can see me. You can see you. You can see the items in this room. You can gently get a comfortable position and allow yourself to reintegrate back into your body. How did that feel from on an adventure of astral travel?
Felt wild.
Were you able to see and realize the places that you were taking?
Yes.
How did it feel like to be in Stonehenge?
Sparkly. They're very powerful concentrations of magic there. So I didn't feel the weight of the rocks, just more so the concentration of all that energy.
That's good. You picked up on the energetic flow instead of the low density flow. That's really good. How did it feel to leave your body?
It felt like I've done it before, just not as sharp, not as refined.
So if you were to do it again, what is something you need to know how to remember how to do it?
That it's not a grid I see, or it's not a matrix I see. It's what I would see if I had my eyes open.
And did you enjoy the view?
Yeah, particularly of Italy, of the coast.
And did you get to feel the waves lapping up on the shore?
I felt the wind. I listened to the waves, but yes.
And were you able to follow the cord back to your body?
Yes.
And you see how easy it was to make those transitions.
Yes.
So let's now talk about the secret space program. How early does the secret space program train the recruits?
Like from what age?
Yes, from what age?
Oh. From right around the time that they should be in first grade.
Okay. And how long do they train them?
They go through training for 5 years.
Okay. And what do they train them to do?
They train them how to operate and manage space as space stations.
Why are human children used to operate space stations?
Because they're malleable and because they're creative. If you took, say, a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old, you would have a much more challenging time getting there, adapting to it, and then adjusting to the energetic grid. The child doesn't know much else outside of that, so you take him there for a couple of years and you convince him it's the truth, and that's the reality.
So, what skill sets do they teach them?
They teach them how to spot energetic anomalies and fluctuations. Like if there's some kind of unwanted entity or energy headed towards a space station, they're trained to detect that, and they're also trained to watch over the gates, watch over energetic gates for in and outbound traffic. But they're not in charge of other kids. They're not in charge of other people. There are different supervisors for that role.
So they're trained from the age of 6 to 12. When do they do missions? What age?
The more advanced kids will have their first mission before the age of 15. Other kids require a little more field time first.
And where is it that they take them to do their mission?
Mars.
And how do they get them?
Through shuttles, spaceships.
How long does it take you to get there?
20 minutes.
Is that where they start, just from Earth to Mars?
Earth to Mars and Earth to Venus. And then, once they show that they're proficient locally, then they're able to branch out.
What is it that they eat when they're there?
It's all liquid based. So it's whatever nutrients they get comes in the form of some kind of super smoothie something.
Mm-hmm. What type of clothes do they wear?
They wear it's like a one-piece jumpsuit.
Is there a color to it?
It's I see blue, but I'm also receiving that it's silvery or metallic in nature.
Do they sign a contract together?
What do you mean by together?
To go to these missions.
Like the kids sign like in groups to go together?
No. So they trained when they were younger,
Yes.
and then you said they go on as a team. Did they sign a contract?
No, they're just told to go. Like, hey, this is your assignment.
Are they compensated?
In a way, they don't get paid. There's no like money value, but they do get recognized.
How long do they do it?
They go on missions until they can't anymore. Until their minds break. Until their minds get weary.
What would make their mind break?
There's a lot of crazy shit out there in the universe, so it's only a matter of seeing enough of the wrong stuff or enough of the stuff that shouldn't be seen to that would make anybody unhinged, honestly, except for the people who are doing it.
What was the process to begin the mission, the training that they received?
So the first step is brainwashing. Brainwashing these kids that they weren't born on Earth. That their new life starts when they board the shuttle to get to the moon, which is like that's like the first hub, right? And then that's where they train, that's where they develop, and then from there, that's when they go to different, that's when they get put on assignments and missions and whatnot.
And how were the kids selected?
They're selected based off of demographics that, to put it frankly, wouldn't really care if a couple kids went missing. So, example, if there's a household of 4 or 5, like demographically, they have no problem pulling one kid from that spot or 2 kids, just so long as it's not if there's only 2, they're not just taking one and leaving one there. There has to be a substantial amount of children per household. More than 3.
What's the process of getting back?
They go through some kind of reverse hypnosis and then they are forced to believe that the family that they were getting integrated into was the same family that they had left behind, even though 15, 20, 25 years had passed.
Did they regress them in age?
Yes.
Did they get any compensation or did they come back?
No. No recognition, no nothing. It's the point of this is that everything is kept on the down low and that nobody, especially those selected, have any recollection of what's going on.
Do they track children when they come back?
Yes, to make sure that they don't get out of line or start speaking the truth.
Do they track Donovan?
What?
Do they track Donovan?
Yes.
Or do they track him?
They track him energetically. More of like brainwave monitoring.
Was Donovan built to be a super soldier? He seemed to know a lot of information. On the train.
Yes, but not in a sense of like some kind of superhero, if that makes sense. He's not meant to be the strongest and like yeah, he's not supposed to be the biggest and the strongest or like some kind of super genius, but he's designed to be perfectly in the middle with strength, stamina, wit, mentality, endurance. All that stuff is supposed to be perfectly balanced.
I was referring to the children who were trained at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
Was Donovan trained at a very young age to be a part of this group?
He has no recollection of it.
Well, the children, whenever they were regressed back, how long did it take to regress them back?
in their timeline, it doesn't feel like they missed a beat. But there's always some kind of fuzziness, some kind of clouding that lingers for a couple years afterwards that they can't seem to put their fingers on.
Why are they not allowed to join the military after they complete that?
Because the training is too similar and they might remember that past experience.
Why is now the time to remember or recall those experiences for many?
Because if they're not recalled now, they're going to be lost forever.
Why do they live forever?
When that switch happens, there will be either people are going to remember everything, or people will remember nothing at all.
What switch?
The switch in the separation between heaven and hell on earth.
Is Donovan to lose his powers or ability right now?
Like right in this moment?
In his current lifetime.
Yes.
And why is that?
Because God has given him those abilities, and he's placed him in a position where he needs to use those abilities in order to convince as many people as possible to make that conscious decision to be good people.
Do you have a message for Donovan?
Yes. You need to keep going on this path. And what happened in Prague was unfortunate. What happened in Prague left an impact. Just know that God has something greater for you in store.